Good evening, children. Now we are going to understand effects of heat. Up to thermometer we have understood units of temperature, everything. Now effects of heat. The heat produces mainly the following three effects. What was that? What is that? The change in temperature of the body first. Second is the change in shape or size of the body, and third is the change in state of the body. So one by one we'll understand. First is the change in temperature of the body. When a body is heated, its temperature rises, no? And when it's cooled, its temperature falls. The change in temperature of the body depends on a quantity of heat imparted to or rejected from the body, and the material of the body. When heat is imparted or given to the body, its temperature rises, and while if heat is rejected or taken from the body, its temperature falls. Second, the temperature in size of the body. When a body is heated, it expands, and when it is cooled, it contracts. The change in size of the body due to heating is called thermal expansion. Okay, once again you understand what is thermal expansion. The change in size of the body due to heating. Heat करने से body का size में बदलाव आता है. It will expand. So that is called thermal expansion, children. Okay. Third is the change in state of the body. The matters exist in three different states, namely solid, liquid, gas. No, you already know about this change in state of matter. Here, solid, liquid and gas. We all know that at ordinary temperature, matter exists in three states, solid, liquid and gas. At very high temperature, that exists in the interior of stars. Plasma is the fourth state of matter. And when heat is applied to matter, the energy of its molecules increases and they start vibrating vigorously. No? Due to this, the state of matter changes. And similarly, when heat is liberated by matter, the energy of its molecules decreases and they come closer. This also results in change of state of matter. Now, melting and fusion. Melting means is defined as a process of during a solid changes into a liquid state by absorbing heat. You see the picture? Melting of ice cube. There is no change in the temperature until the process is complete. During the process of melting, there is no change. So the temperature at which a solid melts at changes into its liquid state is known as melting point. And ice melts into water at 0 degree Celsius. What is vaporization? The process during which a liquid changes into a vapor. That is called boiling or a vaporization. And boiling point is 100 degree Celsius. Freezing point is 0 degree Celsius. Okay, these are the important point to note down. The freezing or solidification is a process in which a liquid state changes into a solid by liberating the heat at a constant temperature. No, and the freezing point is changes the ice into 0 degree Celsius. Condensation, you know, the process during which a substance changes from its gaseous state to liquid state at a particular temperature is known as condensation. And fixed temperature at which a gas changes to its liquid state is called its condensation point. Now you know sublimation, the process during which a substance directly changes from its solid state during gaseous state at a fixed temperature is known as sublimation. For example, that is camphor, kapoor. You have seen in your daily life. Camphor changes to gaseous from at a room temperature. Directly उसको जलाओगे तो वो क्या होगा? It will change into a gaseous state. Okay, children, so these are the activities. You read the activities, study the melting point and boiling point of ice and water. We will observe temperature when ice cube starts melting. what you will conclude? You will conclude that you will find that melting point of ice is 0 degree and boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, you read this activity. Now change in the dimensions, expansion and contraction, children. First of all, you understand thermal expansion in solid. This one. Thermal expansion means what? First you understand thermal expansion. It has been experimentally observed that when a substance like solid, liquid or gas is heated, it expands, no? And when it is cooled, it contracts. So we will now consider the thermal expansion in solid, liquid and gas one by one separately, so that it will be clear to you. So thermal expansion means when heat, most of the substances expand on heating. First of all, expansion of solid, you understand through this activity how solid expand. Many are there. Take a piece of iron wire, slip a curtain ring through the wire and stretch the wire between the two vertical stand. Then adjust the position of stand in such a way that the wire is just tight. Okay, see in the figure, that is vertical stand, and before heating the wire is tight, and after heating the wire expands and it's no longer tight, so it is very loose. So this proves that solid expands on heating. You can observe through this activity, you understand. At last you will observe that burner or a candle, anything, allow wire to cool. You will notice that on cooling the wire contracts and again becomes tight after cooling, but after heating it will become loose. Some daily life applications also, you must have noticed or seen the telephone and the electric wires when are connected in summer between the two poles, they are kept loose, no? So that they may not break when they contract in winter. On the other hand, if the wires are connected in winter between the two poles, they are kept tight because they will expand in summer and will sag, no? Why in summer season wire sag or loose? Because it will expand, and in winter season it will contract so that it will become tight. Okay, and any other example? Yes, you must have seen bridge. Steel girders are used in construction of a bridge. One end of the girder is fixed into the concrete of brick pillar, and its other end is not fixed, but it is placed on rollers. The reason is that if there is any rise or fall in temperature of atmosphere, the girder can freely expand or contract. In summer season they will expand, and in winter season they will contract without affecting the pillars. Otherwise it may be any accident, okay, like that. So that for protection, girders or brick pillars girders are used, okay, because other ends are not fixed. The wooden wheels of a bullock cart are fitted with iron tires. You have seen. To ensure a tight fit, the tire is made slightly smaller in diameter than the wheel. The tire is first heated, due to which it expands, and the heated tire is then fitted on the wheel. When the tire cools, it contracts and make a tight fit on the wheel. So many examples in your daily life, children. Cement floor is not laid out in one piece, otherwise it would crack due to expansion in summer and contraction in winter. On the other hand, the floor is laid in small pieces with gaps in between to allow for the expansion during summer. However, glass strips can be placed in the gaps. One more important example, the railway track. The rails of railway track are made of steel. While laying the railway track, small gap is left. You have seen. You must have noticed, I hope. So left between the two successive length of rails. So the reason is that the rails expand in summer and the gap is provided to allow for this expansion. If no gap is left, the expansion in summer will cause the rails to bend sidewise. So this may result in a train accident, children. So that is why some gap, small gap is left between the two successive length of rails. Okay, so many examples. Now we are going to understand. You will read so many examples given in your book. I have already explained. Now next topic, next day, the expansion of liquid we will understand next day. Up to here revise, okay, and read these applications in daily life.